rounds, or is it still important for Fnatic to get the pistol round on T side and build the lead early?
I mean, this first pistol round, it's not something that you necessarily, need in the sense that it's going to make or break the match.
80K, check your shit.
It's going to be so important for iBUYPOWER to start out on a positive note. This Fnatic team likes to roll with momentum, and when they get rolling, it's so hard to stop them.
Well, not sure what we're just waiting on now. The players just continuing to warm up, so just to give you a quick roster rundown while we wait. I'm sure you know everyone, but it's going to be Nitro, Skadoodle, Swag, Adren, and AZK for iBUYPOWER, and of course for Fnatic. They need no introduction. Crims, Flusha, Pronax, Olaf, Meister, and JW. Well, I've got a minute. Don't forget that Season 18 registration is live on ESEA.net. You can head over there now and sign up. That'll all start on the second week of January, and there's a new team recruitment option. You can post an ad saying you're looking for a team or looking for players for your team, and we'll have a bigger prize pool in Season 18 as well as Overpass in, Train, and Out. So some changes coming out on the North American side that should synchronize us a little better with the global scene, bringing in Overpass, so that's good to see. Of course, thanks to Zowie, Alienware, and BenQ for providing everything we need to make this event possible. And it's been a great event. There's been some unbelievably good Counter-Strike all weekend long. Matches a lot closer than I possibly would have predicted. And
oh yeah,
teams playing out of their mind. I specifically talk about Denial, that just absolutely took everyone by storm and punched well above their weight. And we're getting into the closing of it all this weekend. This will be the lower bracket final, and then one more to go after that. So 3 teams remain. iBUYPOWER and Fnatic will try and book a date with Virtus Pro, who wait in the grand final. And Virtus Pro's come over here so many times. I'm not surprised to see them do as well as they have. They've been here for so many LANs now, and I'm sure Fnatic was a little bit surprised, but Taz seemed pretty confident about the whole situation. So we'll see if they have that same confidence later, but first they've got to get there.
Yeah, and Fnatic was, talking with Devil Walker Pronax before this match started. They're hoping that they just win 6 straight matches and just get out of here. They're just so ready. They want to get back at Virtus Pro. They want to take back those matches they lost last night. And it was funny talking to them because they were trying to remember the last time that they had played Virtus Pro in like an official tournament match, and they couldn't recall. They said it's been so long since Fnatic and the Polish players have met up.
It seems like a long time, but if you look at the last 6 months that they've played each other prior to this LAN, they've played each other 13 times, one of which was recorded as a draw on HLTV, which I think was a glitch. But it was 11 wins for Fnatic and 1 for Virtus Pro in the other 12 matches. So the fact that Virtus Pro took those 2 matches last night might come statistically as a surprise, but like you say, it's been actually date-wise in terms of a calendar a little while since they've met each other, so they weren't familiar with each other quite like you'd expect.
We haven't really mentioned Swag when we talked about the impact players for iBUYPOWER, because he kind of sneaks in, but such a strong player, and quietly having some really good performances, especially on this map. You said yesterday that door is his, and you're going to see him there at that door in the A-bomb site a lot.
Absolutely, and they've switched it up a little bit at times to let Nitro get out, and he's another player to watch go over top of that red box inside the site. But that said, we are going to get live finally inside the lower bracket finals, so here we go. Hopefully this will be an absolutely amazing start, because it's been amazing, like I said, all weekend long, and it's iBUYPOWER on that CT side. AZK going to be the only one to buy up a pistol. He's going to go for that CZ75, and on the T side, they're all going to hold on to those Glocks. And it looks like the bomb's going to head over toward B. There's 2 players in middle right now for iBUYPOWER. That's Nitro and Skadoodle. But it doesn't look like there's going to be anyone peeking in any direction right now. Swag's going to fall back. Does spot up Flusha out toward Toxic. Manages to get him down to 87. Not a huge amount of damage done to him. Shots are going to be returned in his direction. Adren's now going to lurk over, and try and support him. And here they come in. Swag's going to have it all to do as they come inside of the checker room. He's not able to connect, oddly enough. And now Adren's going to go down as well. So they've cracked that site wide open. Skadoodle's going to have to rotate around from checker. Nitro, meanwhile, is already there. And pardon me, actually, just connecting one event. And now Skadoodle's there from the checkers as well, so they're all coming for that same spot. Unbelievable shots from Skadoodle, though. And there's a double as Crims and Flusha both go down, and the bomb's not planted as a result. And now he's looking for JW, but he can't close it out. It's still a 2-on-2. As AZK and Nitro are going to try and continue that on, and JW's rotated all the way back out and up into heaven, and now he's going to try and pop out a smoke and at least slow them down a little bit. But the bomb goes down, and Nitro's going to go ahead and push in. Can AZK get this kill? He isn't able to find Pronax. Pronax actually gets the angle on him, and now Nitro's going to get overwhelmed because he wasn't pushing forward either. So Nitro, what looked good, is now in a 2-on-1 with the Boast bomb plant. Does manage to find Pronex, tries to turn it on to JW, and it's not going to happen. Fnatic, get your pistol round, although a lot closer than they would have liked.
Yeah, and iBUYPOWER really catching him off guard. All three players coming through the vents and storming through checkers, and Skadoodle with those 2 nice opening frags on that retake brings it down to a winnable situation for Nitro, who played that really well, kind of snuck around the players in that B bomb site, and that storm in from the vents by iBUYPOWER was so good.
And second round bye for Skadoodle is going to go ahead and grab that scout right away, so wants to see if he can get an advantage here on these eco rounds. And of course, this with the CZ for his teammates is definitely a potent combination. Something that's a lot more strong recently in the game, and Skadoodle's going to play toward middle, not surprisingly, as he tries to find someone inside Big Garage, but there's no one home. And you can see Crim's just waiting out toward the blue door. It actually looks like it's going to be a bit of an A setup as they're just waiting it out. JW's still there in mid, and if he does peek, Skadoodle is waiting, but doesn't look like he's going to do that. All it takes is one pick. If they can just find that to either team, it's going to make things a lot easier further on in the round. And finally, they are going to start to regroup in middle on the Fnatic side.
Yeah, and they're just kind of, they were spread out, just kind of watching for pushes, making sure nothing tricky is going to happen, not letting anything weird just kind of disrupt their round. And now you're going to see them get that mid control and kind of take the advantage of that range. And just Skadoodle with his scout is going to have to hit some big shots.
Yeah, they should come flooding over that waterfall any second now, and JW should peek out from the garage. Looks like JW is going to lead the way. Here they come. Olaf, Meister, and Crim's going to drop down. It's all on Skadoodle, like you say. And I think he's aware they're coming because he's already going to rotate back, and there's 4 other players at A, but they're actually going to go through the vents to B, and that's going to leave just Adren there, and they've easily gotten him as JW pours out, and into the site they go. It's going to be all on the retake now for iBUYPOWER, and they're all going to come from slightly different angles, although look at this, Swag's still so slow getting out of A, and the bomb's already down, so...
And now it's just setting up to try and get some exit kills, to try and hurt the economy, try and get a weapon for next round as Olaf Meister takes down Skadoodle in middle.
Nitro's going to wait it out and spawn, yeah, and you're right, so exits is going to be the name of the game. And Olaf Meister's still lurking inside this big garage. He's got 2 players very near him, and he actually spots up Swag easily and takes him down, and now AZK is going to try and readdress his angle because he doesn't have his teammate to work with. AZK going to pop out, and he gets taken down as well. So now it's on Nitro. He smoked himself off inside the CT spawn. They know he's there, undoubtedly. And Flusha, you can just see him jumping up and down, looking for that opportunity to come in, and it looks like they're going to lose this gun as well, although he does get Flusha, but JW, there he is to take Nitro down. So all 5 players dead for iBUYPOWER, and a 2-0 lead already for Fnatic.
Right, and you're going to see just very similar on these eco rounds, just that spread out, just watch everything, very conservative, very, very cautious and careful, and not let anything weird happen, anything crazy, lose a gun early on, and give something that iBUYPOWER can get back into the round with.
So 2 on the board already for Fnatic, and not even a pistol buy for anyone. Oh, I take that back. I think Nitro has grabbed that P250. I can never tell in the overlay. I wish they'd make it more distinguished. Maybe it's just my eyes that I can't see in that overlay. But they are going to stack up toward the B site for iBUYPOWER. As you can see, 4 players, almost all 5, as Skadoodle just sits back in Z Hall area right now. So he'll be able to rotate there quickly, but he's also got the option to spot out A and give them a chance to get back over there and try and make something of it. But right now, it doesn't look like Fnatic's gone either way. They've got the bomb dropped outside Big Garage. They're still just looking to see exactly what they can figure out before they do walk into this kind of a situation. And that's smart play. They want to get as much map awareness as they possibly can. And Crims is going to pop out of this blue door and realize that nobody's here. And as the result, they're all going to work in that direction. So as I say, the gamble doesn't pay off for iBUYPOWER. So it looks like another relatively easy round right now. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if iBUYPOWER just sits in that B site and doesn't even bother to go for the retake and just hold on to their guns. They don't want to give away any more frag money.
Right, and JW's just kind of pushed up in this connector. I mean, there's no reason for any Fnatic players to kind of chase these kills, or there's no guns that they can remove from iBUYPOWER's hands. So JW's just kind of making sure that the iBUYPOWER players can't push towards that A site and catch some of them off guard. He's just kind of gathering information out there.
Well, before we head on to the... Oh, JW just going to sneak inside the vents. Before we head on to the first gun round, we'll take a listen into iBUYPOWER's communications and see what they have to do to try and make it better in the next round.
He's fine. Won't see shit. Let's win this.
You're just short of an AWP, dude. Let's go.
Should we boost cap?
Yeah, we can boost. Actually, no, don't do the first one.
Let's smoke right away, Brax.
All right, so looking for some communication in between middle. They did pull that boost yesterday with Kevin in A. They were talking about over here beside Big Garage, and it worked well. It actually worked against Denial. He got 3 kills in that round and 4 in the ensuing round. And it made all the difference because that was the turning point. But right now, look at this. Crim's already at blue door, similar to how Swag plays it. Olaf Meister inside main, and AZK is going to be back behind quad, holding that angle. He does have Nitro there to help him out if Crims does come out that door. And some flashes will come in. They haven't fully committed to this, and already they've pulled Skadoodle out of middle. Skadoodle not yet able to get that AWP, by the way, so they didn't get enough frag money from the early rounds, so they're going to have to wait a little longer to get him online with that. Of course, he can still wield the rifle to some success, but not quite like Eops. And look at this, JW just inside main right now with that AWP is looking for anyone to peek out, but AZK is not going to fall for that. He's just going to sit back and wait it out, and with more time ticking, it's undoubtedly going to go in this direction soon, and it looks like they might try and go off the back of that smoke. Nope, they're still just going to wait it out. So
yeah, that smoke's just kind of see if they can get anyone to peek, anyone to try and get any information for JW to catch him out, and AZK is actually doing that right now, but JW loses the angle. And it just trying to pull some counter flashes out for when their main execute actually comes.
Skadoodle's still back toward that truck side, and now he's going to rotate around because they are coming in finally, and AZK's got it all to do. Nitro's going to get the first one. Nitro's going to get another one as AZK drops in behind quad to Olaf, and now Nitro again with a hat trick. So there's the power of Nitro. We talked about how he had to be on it. Skadoodle rotating around manages to take down JW, so it's all on Flusha. A great hold from Fnatic, and he's going to try and go for a quick plant right here as he finds himself in a 1v2 against Swag and Adren. And there's the first one. Flusha with that AWP picks up Adren, and now he's looking towards Swag. He can't quite hit that no-scope, and he will swap it out to the Galil, and it's a one-on-one. He can try and bait out this bomb, and now Swag knows he has switched guns, by the way, because there's some shots fired, and he's going to catch Swag rotating around, so the clutch back is absolutely crucial as Fnatic come away with one more round. 4-0 now, so close for iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, and what a clutch from Flusha, using that box as cover, finding his one-on-one fight to get that pick to turn it back into a one-on-one, and then switching out to the Galil like that. So effective, just kind of changing up the weapons, Swag not knowing exactly how to approach his opponent, and just great execution on that clutch round 1v2.
Great start by Nitro to get that in position, though, that huge 3K. And him and Skadoodle are the only ones to find any frags so far. As AZK, Adren, and Swag are yet to get on the board. JW looking toward B here with an early pick in that AWP. Almost caught out Swag, who dropped down from heaven for a quick peek. And fortunately, he falls back and holds a slightly different angle. Nitro's the only one over toward A this time. As look at this, AZK is already pushed up in middle. And who's that boosted above him? I assume that's Skadoodle, but I could be wrong on that. In fact, yeah, I am. So
Adren.
It is Adren, yep, you're right. And JW, I think, just barely saw his feet there. And he might be able to drop down and overwhelm him here with this CZ, but I think he's just going to hold station and hope that someone comes through. And if they go for a boost, it's a bit of an awkward spot to play because they're going to look over toward vents, and you're not going to be looking up, so.
Yeah, this is a very tricky boost, actually. That could cause some damage. But instead they actually just drop off it, and now they're actually pushing mid. But Flusha hears all this.
Yeah, Flusha's there, and Flusha peeks out, going to take down Adren, so the AK wins that round as well. Look at Nitro pushed up on this door, and he looks away, the doors go, what a reaction shot, though, as he takes down Crims, and now Nitro's got weaponry, and we've seen how potent he can be, but this round he's down and out, so they quickly thwart that opportunity, and AZK inside this smoke as he comes back into A is looking for anyone he can. He sees Olaf running away, but not aware that JW is behind him, so now Swag again in a 1v4 as the bomb goes down. Does pick up JW, but not looking likely to get anything else, and there's Flusha to take him down.
And one thing that I've noticed, and you said Nitro coming out with a hot start, really nice job by him so far, but one thing I noticed is iBUYPOWER actually has incorporated him so well, and you see him playing with AZK a lot on a lot of maps, such as Inferno, and now they're playing at Bombsite A here, and it's almost like having that steady veteran presence. AZK is just so consistently good that it's just very helpful for him to have that kind of rock to lean on. And now we're seeing iBUYPOWER, they've been doing it all tournament, they love these double op setups.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was on the back of losing 5 rounds. They've got full money bonus in effect, so they grab those, and they're going to get, flashed out, so Adren not able to connect on that shot over toward B. Meanwhile, let's check in with Skadoodle, who's in middle right now with his AWP, and there's no one home there either, and AZK's taking a brunt of damage as he pushes up toward Forklift, and Crims has already opened up that blue door, so Fnatic finding some early damage and some early information on exactly where their opponents are, and Olaf Meister now has gone down. Swag's going to get on the board with another kill there at B. A little bit of a misplay on that nade, though. Fumbles that back in behind himself, and now 3 only remain for Fnatic against all 5 iBUYPOWER players, so a good start. Now look at mid, though, as they are lurking out. Crims is rejoining them, and That's going to be Pronax, who's all the way up right now onto the catwalk. He might be able to catch them out, but no, Nitro's aware. He's going to turn around and try and get some damage in, and actually he's getting the better of the exchange, and there it is, he's down. As Skadoodle's also going to catch out JW as well, so now Crims is all by his lonesome coming up middle. Skadoodle towards Z, AZK, and oh, nice shot onto Nitro, catches him out, but AZK's there as well and could easily readdress that angle. Hasn't done it so far. AZK now's turn to peak. But this should go easily the way of iBUYPOWER as Swag is rotating around. Crims, look at this though, the awareness looking back in that direction, but it's a matter of time before this round ends in the favor of iBUYPOWER, and they should get the first one on the board.
Yeah, and it was, you know, Fnatic changing it up instead of going for that A execute, actually just kind of taking some map-wide one-on-ones, trying to get a couple picks, and iBUYPOWER coming on top of that situation. But you saw, once again, some of this early pressure on bomb site A is forcing AZK and forcing Nitro to use some counter flashes, use some smokes early on. And that's what Fnatic's going to want when they do those executes. We saw them throw out that first smoke on the first gun round to kind of get some of that out of there, so when their main execution comes, it's a little bit easier for them.
So the ops have split up again. Adren is going to head over toward the B site and try and go for that quick peek, but they're going to smoke it off. They're going to go ahead and run in. It's all AKs to work with for Fnatic right now, and as he drops down on the other side of that box, Pronax actually gets the shot because Adren couldn't get the angle, so Swag's down already, and they should be easily walking inside B site right now. Rotations are coming around, but they're a little bit slow, and Nitro's not able to find an angle either as they smoke off CT, so him and AZK are both going to have to fall back again.
Yeah, and this is that change of pace that Fnatic does. They just bully their way into bomb site B, and so unexpected, and like you said, Adren not able to find the angle.
AZK aware that one was inside checker behind the garage door, and he manages to spam him down, so that's one less they've got to deal with when they try and get inside the site. As AZK, looking from heaven right now, is trying to find Pronax, but Nitro's already inside on the floor right now, inside the back of site, looking for Olaf as well, manages to get that, but Adren and AZK have bowed out, so it's still a 2-on-2, and he's going to try and go right for the hold. That was a bold move right there, and it doesn't exactly work out, but Skadoodle's still in it. Not going to happen. Crims is going to find him, so another one-on-one situation that goes the way of Fnatic, and iBUYPOWER can't find those frags.
Yeah, and all tournament long, iBUYPOWER's retaking has been so strong, and that was a round that looked so much in Fnatic's favor. You know, you looked at the positioning and how fast they got it and how easy, not losing a player on the entrance, and you don't even think iBUYPOWER's going to have a chance. But they just make some individual plays and get some frags, and maybe a little bit of misplay by Pronax, not having a teammate watching his running through that smoke, getting caught out a little bit. But being the team they are, they just kind of bring it back, and once again, Crims winning that one-on-one.
So back to the pistols now for iBUYPOWER because that money bonus was reset, and instantly they lost the second round, the following round, so they don't have anything to work with. Aside from that CZ75 on Skadoodle and his teammates.
iBUYPOWER's being aggressive at B here, pushing into the sunroom and not able to take Flush out.
And now they've readdressed back over toward A because they've got Skadoodle down. He was the only one there on toward Catwalk, so
dude, he just saw me jumping.
The only one left is Nitro, and now it's pretty much just going to hold station as he picks up an AK-47, but they're going to hunt for him because they know he's got that gun. They know he found that kill, so we'll see if he can hang on to it. What does iBUYPOWER need to get back into this? 6-1 already on the C side for Fnatic. This is not looking strong.
Yeah, and iBUYPOWER's in some trouble, and they just need to realize, they need to know that, you know, Fnatic's going to have a lot of different strategies, a lot of different ways to switch things up and give them different looks. And right now, you know, they had that one round where they got those one-on-one battles, and they actually won them. And that's the round that they have on the board. And maybe try and find, you know, they like those double op setups. Have Skadoodle and have Adren get a little bit aggressive. They're going to have those op and find some angles to get some early picks.
So Skadoodle does have an AWP back on the board. In fact, it's the only one because no one's going to upgrade over on Fnatic's side, so JW is still going to hold on to that AK-47, so maybe this is Skadoodle's opportunity to find a frag and make a difference here. Adren, by the way, is still... Adren still is... not on the board with a frag, excuse me, as I just watch for Skadoodle to see if he can find something. But look at this, they're already inside the A site through those smokes. Skadoodle finds one on JW. Can he find another one as they cross over? Oh, up close, he just barely misses that one. And that's going to make things awkward because now look at this, they've got full site control with those smokes, and it's all on iBUYPOWER to retake it, and Olaf's going to try and go over and up above, but he's not going to find anything there. As he gets immediately taken down by AZK, Pronax finds one grenade kill, and now he's got the angle if he could pop it out on top of that smoke to get AZK, but AZK is going to continue forward and inside the bomb site. Not going to happen, though. There's two back toward quad, and they'll quickly take the rest of the players down on iBUYPOWER's side, so 8-1 now our score.
And it was just so good. You know, we say the retakes are really nice by iBUYPOWER, but that fast-paced aggression by Fnatic, just completely taking that site with such conviction so early on, and then you see the battle that's forced behind all these smokes. It's all the iBUYPOWER players on that one choke point being shot at from different directions. Olaf pushing up nades and flashbangs, not even allowing them to get comfortable to even try for that retake that round.
And again, pistols for iBUYPOWER, mid-stack going on behind those sandbags, and not sure they'll find anyone out. JW is sitting inside that big garage with the op, but they've smoked him entirely, and he's already got a CZ75 out looking for someone to push him, and Skadoodle might be doing just that, although now it looks like they're going to rotate back toward the vents, and when they bust those out, JW should know exactly where they are, but he's not able to find any angles so far, as that smoke is still thick and hasn't dissipated, as Adren just barely gets to jump across before he's spotted up, but as he drops down, the reaction shot a little bit off for JW, but he does get the second one. Now it's up close, but Skadoodle can't, or pardon me, Skadoodle does get him before he gets taken down by JW's op, and now it's a 3-on-2, or pardon me, a 4-on-3 in the favor of iBUYPOWER, make it now a 3-on-2, so perhaps I was a little bit proactive right there, and now Skadoodle's also going to find another frag on Flusha, so things looking really good for iBUYPOWER. What started as a save round now has 2 guns, but the bomb is down on the A side, and they've got to go for the full retake right now, and they're both going to come up from highway. It's Swag and Skadoodle, and look at the boost as they try and put Skadoodle above the smoke, and he actually catches out Pronax, so that's a beautiful play right there. So all on Olaf right now as the bomb's down. He's inside A main. He's got the angle should he need it. And he actually spots up Skadoodle, but Skadoodle is completely aware of where he is. And it doesn't matter that he doesn't have a kit because he's got all the time in the world. So another round going the way of iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, and what a nice boost by those players to get that first frag over the smoke. Maybe Fnatic players thinking that they're going to kind of save out and get a little bit aggressive, too aggressive too early there. And then Olaf just kind of a misplay, hit his jump button or the mouse wheel jump on accident, and you know, he just holds that angle and he probably kills Skadoodle running around that corner. Skadoodle wasn't ready for him to be there, but that jump out on the second or two he needed to kind of scope in on that area.
Still no kills on the board for Adren right now, but of course he's been aggressive in middle and at least getting the information, but he's going to have to step it up if iBUYPOWER want to claw their way back into this. And ops out on either side. Olaf this time, no smoke at middle, is going to go ahead and look for that frag, but over toward A site, things are already getting aggressive. Skadoodle tried to go for that early peek he's so known for inside A main. And actually, AZK is taking down JW, so the op's down, and now Skadoodle's going to rotate back around, as he finds one more at middle. So Fnatic, 2 men down already in this round, and things looking good for iBUYPOWER, and they're going to rotate over to B because that's the only place they haven't been completely shut down already in this round, and it's going to be Adren inside the site with Swag, who's playing over at Generator, and will be the first one to spot them out as they come through the main doors here onto B. And they're going to try and nade stack them. They're a little bit early on that one. They only do a little bit of damage to Pronax, but now Swag's going to spot them up. He knows he's there, and he's going to throw out that incinerator to the backside of Checker. Unfortunately, he couldn't get it out deeper because now they're going to come in the main door, and they are already in the site, so Swag still has to find that angle. He knows Flush is up close. Crims is going to take down Adren, and now Swag's going to fall as well, so they've recovered nicely in this round to take over the B site. AZK does manage to pick up one more, though, as Crims is on the back of the platform. The bomb's still not there because Pronax had that, and he wasn't able to cross, so this is looking a little bit late. And perhaps iBUYPOWER's retake can be a little more successful this round. Nitro trying to find one more, but look at that. Crimson Pronax going to take out everybody out, so it's all on Nitro, and he's going to do it in a 1-on-2. And he should now easily get this bomb defused, and that's going to be 2 straight rounds, 8-3 our score.
Yeah, Nitro, we said he was going to be a player that has to come up big, and he's doing it here. He's finding his frags. He's got his 14 leading for his team. And once again, just another nice retake by them, and that 1-on-2 win for him is so good. His aim is just, he's playing this like a very good veteran, and it's just nice to see how much experience he's getting, but they still have a long way to go to get back in this. And losing 4 players that round when they started up in a 5-on-3 after those 2 opening picks, you know, their economy is just, you know, Fnatic's keeping it in check and not letting them get anything banked up.
See if Adren can find anything toward B this time, as it looks like Fnatic is going to be a little more aggressive inside those holes early, and he's going to go ahead and peek out with all those smokes and flashes. They're going to come through, but that counter flash is going to catch him, and now they know exactly where he is, and he's down and out, but Swag's found 2, looking for the hat trick. Not going to happen, as Crims is going to close out on him coming through the vents. So again, an early push onto B, and an aggressive push onto B for Fnatic has them the site, but they've got to hold off from that retake, and last time it was this man, Nitro, that came in late in the round to win it for them. Olaf's going to find Skadoodle. That bomb's going down. JW with that smoke just to cover him. Nitro looking for the kill, does get it, but the bomb's down, so he's now in another 1v2 post-plant situation, and it's going to be this time Crims and Olaf going against him. He tries and flash and smoke his way inside the site. He's got one at either side of Checkers. Oh, he just barely catches out Crims' shoulder, not able to find that angle, and that bomb is planted beautifully. So he's not going to have any cover to try and get that defused, so he's got to bait them both out. He does get Crims. Now he's going to try and rotate and get Olaf. Changing his angle gets him down to 35 HP, but it's not enough. He's going to try and hold this. That flash going to come out. Is he going to get it? 1 second left, and Olaf Meister wise to that. Pros never fake is the philosophy, and he gets the kill.
Nitro almost pulling off another miracle for his team, and what a plant spot from Fnatic. You know, that smoke, that's so ballsy to put that smoke or that bomb plant there with just that one smoke to cover from CT spawn. But with that plant spot, it was just so easy for them to defend in that 1-on-2, and it was a really nice play. And Nitro just almost coming out with it, but once again, iBUYPOWER forced to save.
JW this time with the AWP looks like he's going to get boosted up in middle. This might give him an opportunity to find someone, but there's actually no one in mid because it's back to pistols for iBUYPOWER after losing that one. So they're kind of stacking up and playing it lonesomely inside the bomb sites, and that gives Fnatic full control of middle. I talked about that in the pregame. It opens up the map massively for the T side, and he's already got position to look inside A, but Nitro's pushed up just enough beyond the quad to hold that angle and not get taken down. But look at Olaf. He's also pushed up right now onto the catwalk, and he's just waiting for JW to find that shot, and if he does so, it's going to be all over for iBUYPOWER inside A.
Yeah, and once again, Fnatic changing the pace again, slowing it down on this eco, knowing that iBUYPOWER is going to be saving and just taking that more conservative approach, and Olaf getting really aggressive up on this catwalk into bomb site A.
Pushes through that smoke and also went in back first, so he got around that flash, and JW got him inside the site with that flash, and now he's going to try and find the frags, but that smoke's going to hold off AZK, and look at that, he's going to rotate around and get him from behind, so a good play there. Early advantage for the pistol, saving iBUYPOWER. And
look at the rotator calls. All the iBUYPOWER's players shifting over to A, leaving bomb site B completely open, and Fnatic just taking full advantage of that right now.
Swag's aware and gets back as fast as he can, and he's spamming away with that CC75, not able to find anyone though, and instantly Adren's going to go down coming up the ramp, so unfortunately still not on the board for him as Pronak's going to pick up one as well onto Swag. Excuse me, that was Crims. As Pronak's got the assist. Now it's AZK to go down, and JW takes down Nitro just as quick, so good call on that rotation, and they get another free bomb plant at B.
Right, and using Olaf Meister as kind of a decoy, but also just gathering all that information, everything he was feeding them, communicating how many people he was seeing, where he's getting shot at from, and that full shift from iBUYPOWER really left that B bomb site vulnerable.
Op out for Skadoodle, so at least they've got that firepower to work with. Adren and Nitro are going to have to work with the Clarions. I'm going old school with that call, the FAMASas on the CT side. See exactly what they can find. As JW's already gone down to Skadoodle, so that's a good start for him as he rotates back out of middle. But again, they're going to put pressure on B. And this time they've actually sold iBUYPOWER, who might be a little bit scared that after the last 3 easy entrances, they're going to go that way again, and it leaves only Nitro, and although he's more than capable inside A. Oh, I don't think he saw Olaf there when he jumped over. He's going to flash it out and cross over. Now he knows they're there, as Pronax is going to catch AZK on the other side of the site, trying to complete that sort of fake and sell toward that side, and Nitro's going to pop out. There's Olaf down. Good play with that FAMAS, and now he's going to have to hold the site here, as they are going to rush inside, and Crims is already in. Nitro's down, and now he's going to try and get that bomb plant, as Adren and company are going to rotate back around. Flusha's going to find Swag. Adren's going to have to try and get out of here on Crims. He does get one. Now he's looking for 2 on Flusha, who's all by himself. And Flusha's going to get Skadoodle, so now it's a 1-on-1 with Adren, and the bomb is down, so the advantage goes the way of Fnatic right now. And Flusha will peek out, but not before Adren's already crossed. But that nade's going to do enough right there. That's going to do it. And yes, good play by Flusha. Adren down. 11 rounds already on the T side on the board for Fnatic.
Yeah, what a strong win by Flush, and just so nice. And iBUYPOWER showing a lot of faith early on in that round. Nitro alone in the bomb side at A, and they had 4 players stacked towards mid and B. Just putting a lot of faith in that, you know, their younger player, their newer player, to hold that bomb site all on his own. And when the rotates came back, they couldn't make it into the site without a fight. And just good by Flush, Fnatic to just realize that they can cut off those rotations into the bomb site and take advantage of that.
Shout out to the production staff, Holden bringing me a drink of water because, as you can tell, my vocal cords are fading, but vocal cords are secondary to good Counter-Strike, and right now Fnatic is playing exactly that, as Olaf's going to get over top middle, but Skadoodle, nice shot with the Deagle, immediately takes him down. AZK, look at this, with that Swag 7 playing a little bit more aggressively, as JW finds one more frag, and Crims is already pushed in through blue door, and now he's going to try and pop out. Meanwhile, and there it is, gets the frag on Nitro, so both bomb sites are potentially open for business, more so A, but as I say that, Swag's rotating back. He finds one on Flusha with the AWP. That's a good kill. And now it's a 2-on-2, but as I say, they're already in A with that bomb. Adren's rotated around. He's trying to get up as fast as he can into truck, but they've got him smoked off. So Fnatic again is got full control, and they're completely having their way with iBUYPOWER, either on rotations or.
And Adren with this Mag 7, he's not gonna he's gonna be in a tough spot to find any kills or any way where he's gonna have an advantage with that shotgun.
So Adren's going to get aggressive as he has to with that Swag 7. Krims is going to find him, and now it's all on Swag. Up close with the iBP, not going to happen. A double for Krims, and that's going to be it on halftime number 1 in map number 1. 12-3 Fnatic on the T side. This is pretty much all over already.
Yeah, it is. And you saw just how good they are. So much game sense on each of those Fnatic players. Understanding with the communication coming in across the map, even maybe without a call, you see they have the liberty to use their own game sense to make plays on areas where they think they can find an advantage, where they think there's a gap in the defense. And you see when there's fights going on at B, you have your players at A getting aggressive and just finding those frags, and maybe iBUYPOWER kind of just quick to rotate and not checking their corners as they leave bomb sites.
So here we go, pistol number 2 underway, and I say second half pistols potentially, excuse me, the most important. And iBUYPOWER, this will be hopefully an opportunity for them to get back into it right now, as they're all going to boost up over. Swag's going to lead the charge. They're already onto highway right now, and they've got an opportunity to get inside A because Pronax was the only one close to that site as they took a gamble on the stack at B, and now they're going to push him back offside truck, and JW trying to find that angle is actually going to get the TK right there. So iBUYPOWER will take any gift they can get at this point. Thank you very much, and they will get the bomb site down, and now they're going to have to rely on a very strong pistol retake right now. Olaf's already down to 10 HP at middle as well, so things not looking great. As iBUYPOWER does damage to Flush as well. JW going to work from truck side, try and get in. He's going to throw an incinerary out. That's going to force AZK outside of that quad, but that's not going to matter because he's got the frags, and it's all on Krims, and there we go. iBUYPOWER on the board with that pistol, so hopefully they can get 3 straight rounds now off the back of that.
Yeah, really nice terrace pistol, and we see that out of iBUYPOWER on a lot of different maps. You know, I remember from Season last night especially, their terrace pistols, instead of crossing that path into the A bomb site, they actually turn the corner and push at Pronax at truck, and they don't want him to be able to just take free shots as they're crossing the site, and they actually push him back and allow the rest of their teammates to kind of swarm the site and get that bomb down. And they're just very aggressive on those terrace pistols, and that's what they're going to need to do, not only for the rest of this half if they want to find some miracle comeback, but coming into the next map.
And again, they're going to take a very similar approach as they try and get up over top of middle right now. Skadoodle's got that scout in hand. AZK's already found Olaf Meister with the CZ, so they've off to a reasonably good start. And look at the rotations coming out from Fnatic right now as all the B players, oh, I take that back, not all. JW going to hang out in middle, and that might cost him, but Skadoodle not able to connect with that scout, so things are now going to get heavy at A, and Swag's made himself a home at Blue Door, and we talked about that. This is literally his home in Counter-Strike. He plays this position better than anybody else in the entire world. And there it is. He pops out and gets a second kill on to Pronax. And it's all on JW right now in a 1v4 situation. The bomb's still not gone down, but it will. Oh no, unfortunately it's going to come down after the round ends, so they won't get the money bonus for the entire team right there.
And that's the least of their worries right now, that money bonus. But they've got a long way to go. And they only lost 1 player, so that's good for their economy. They can get that boosted up. And just, you know, they're doing what iBUYPOWER does. They're going to spread out across the map. They're going to look for picks. They're going to be very careful until they find that first player to get a kill. And they're going to try and do some manipulation of opponent rotations of their own. They're very good at just playing a man up.
Again, Fnatic going to go for an aggressive play here with the pistols, and they're going to push all the way through A main with 4 people, and Nitro now knows they're there, and that means they're going to have to readjust their angles, but I don't think they've done it, as Krims is going to pop out. Skadoodle's still looking up above, and with that scout, he does manage to get 1 kill, and make it 2 as he pops down, and Swag picks up a second one as well, so good effort by Fnatic, a nice cheeky play, but they're easily thwarted by iBUYPOWER, so they might get that 3rd straight round as well, and things are looking good. Olaf Meister 1v4 again, and it looks like Bomb will be heading toward A and get put down momentarily, but a nice shot right there from Olaf. Takes down Swag, and now he's going to go one-on-one with Skadoodle because his teammates were out hunting for that kill, and they've given Olaf potentially an opportunity. But now he will fall back, and there's Adren to take him down. So 12-6, Fnatic at least get back and a little bit closer, but now we're going to see the guns come out for Fnatic.
And yeah, and that A push almost was so successful from Fnatic, and Skadoodle almost like, it seemed like he accidentally fell off that roof, and that kind of helped him get that second kill. But a really surprising push by them, and now Fnatic's got their own double op setup that they want to utilize.
17 frags on the board for both Flusha and Nitro. So for him to have 17 being this far down and against Skadoodle on 16 is really good. In fact, the frag distribution is quite even across these 2 teams, despite that it's so heavily one-sided right now, and that's perhaps tells you how close some of these rounds have been. Those 1v1s early on in the first half, and Fnatic came away with all of those, so iBUYPOWER just couldn't get a break right now. And again, Swag pushed up all the way over at his home. Actually, I take that back. He's inside main. I misread the overlay. Looked like he was out toward blue. And he's got Olaf to contend with back by Quad. And as soon as he comes around the corner, Olaf's going to be looking, but that smoke is there. And now they're going to enter on the site. Swag's flashed by his teammate, though, as he came a little bit too early. And Pronax is actually going to take him down. So now Skadoodle's going to have to try and get in. And Pronax gets the second one from that corner. They still haven't dealt with him. Make it a third. And finally, AZK is going to take him down right now as JW rotates around, but Olaf still sitting in that corner will get Nitro, and that's going to do it. Fnatic get the first gun round of halftime number 2, so 13-6, that much closer to map number 1.
No, I said iBUYPOWER is going to need to be aggressive like they were in that pistol round. They need to go actively search out those opening frags. And what you saw there was Swag coming out so early and not having any teammates to back him up or to trade that kill, and he just gets picked off early. And against Virtus Pro, iBUYPOWER did such a good job of storming that bomb site, of getting through their own smokes and finding ways to flash and blind people while they stormed over the top of that red box into the A bomb site. And then right now, that execute, we just didn't see that kind of aggression that they need if they want that to be successful.
Flusha pushed up already inside middle, has the vents, but AZK's found JW. That's a good kill. We'll wait here and see if Skadoodle will come over top, and Flusha would be in a perfect position right now to take him down if he does so, but as I say that, things are now getting aggressive over at B. Nitro's trying to find his way in. He's got that op. Look at AZK. Absolutely no fear as he tries to get in, but Pronax is still in that corner, and they haven't found a way to deal with him. Finally, he pushes through into A main, and Nitro does get the kill, so that double op on the T side is working, and just to point out the fact that this is what Nitro loves to do on that T-red edge, and he's going to try and get up, and as he pops out toward Truck, he does see one, but Olaf's there and gets the kill, and he's the only one remaining right now for Fnatic, so that's a good start, but he will run back and hold on to this AWP, so 13-7, iBUYPOWER will get the ensuing gun, and now that will force, Fnatic back onto pretty much a save in the next round, so...
Yeah, and they're going to need to do that. They're going to need to keep Fnatic from winning multiple rounds in a row, you know, getting on those 3- and 4-round runs. Forcing them to save is just, those eco rounds are going to be a good way for them to get some rounds back in their favor. And it's really good, AZK mentally being prepared, knowing that JW, with the style he has, with that aggressive free reign that he's given by Fnatic, being prepared for him to push in that A main and kind of just picking him off before he can grab an angle. So Skadoodle still has his op. Nitro did drop down the second one and get rid of that, so they're back to an AK, so... Or pardon me, actually, we saw that beautiful shot. Olaf took down Nitro, so they don't go back to the double op setup on the T side. They're going to go single op, and it's going to be Olaf with his, so they haven't given that back over to JW, and he's going to go ahead and run toward B and try and get there quickly. He might catch out Adren as Adren's trying to do work, but meanwhile over at A, a bit of action. As you can see, JW pushed up in middle. I'm not sure they're aware that he's gotten in below on that boost, and there it is. Swag opening the door, distracts for AZK, and he's going to go ahead and get one as he gets inside the site. And now they'll try and close in on Flusha. And we'll see if Flusha's got a response. Of course, only pistols to work with, as I say, so he's got a lot to do. Nitro, meanwhile, will catch JW. That's at middle, so they did catch on to the fact that he was down below, and Crims is going to rotate around and realize that there's a lot of pressure in that position, and they might try and get inside the vents and head toward the B. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do, and he will spot up Nitro, so now he knows the rotate's going to head in that direction, but Olaf's there, and this is where the AWP is, and if they don't smoke that off, yes, good play, as they finally do, as Swag now is going to get one. Adren will lead the charge inside the site. There's only 2 Fnatic players remaining. It's going to be Crims and Olaf Meister, and actually Olaf's still waiting in behind that smoke, and Crims is back at middle, so they won't get inside the site just yet. And I would be surprised if they do go for this full retake, yeah, because now it's just Olaf remaining, and he's going to try and hang on to that AWP for yet another round. Yeah, and iBUYPOWER really need to get this op out of his hands. Don't give him anything that they can use to maybe potentially get into an eco round, and it's going to be hard pressed for him for the next 30 seconds or so to hold off these 4 iBUYPOWER players.
Olaf's got 2 now. Taking guns out of iBUYPOWER's hands is important. He might get a third if AZK comes around. He tries to throw the pistol, and it actually... Whether or not it worked as a fake, it works to get the kill, and
yeah,
the off is down.
That shoulder peek kind of froze off Meister, and then he swings out for the nice crouch headshot. Really good play to get that op out of their hands and keep that from being in the arsenal.
It was only about 3 seasons ago that Swag had that beautiful pistol throw play on Dust 2 and faking it as a flashbang, and now AZK tries to take one from his teammate's playbook. Again, I don't know that Olaf Meister was sold, but he does get the kill. Perhaps more so, like you said, as a result of that shoulder peek. Skadoodle going to get boosted up over top and middle right now. See if he can find anything. But again, over at A, things are already hot and heavy, and Swag's going to get shot at right now. They're spamming away. They know he's there. as he always is. Skadoodle catches out Crims with that grenade, and now they will try and get inside the site. And inside the back of that corner is Pronax, this time not playing up where the forklift position where he's gotten so many kills. Look at that swag again from that doors. So effective as he catches Olaf getting up on top of that ladder, and that's going to take him down. So 4 up and 2 up respectively for iBUYPOWER and Fnatic. So another good round for them, and the T side's looking strong for both of these teams.
Yeah, and Fnatic's getting a little peaky because what iBUYPOWER likes to do is they're getting these kills, but they don't like to commit right away. They're still spread out across the map, and they like to get those picks, forcing some aggression out of their opponent and just holding these angles. And iBUYPOWER is able to find not only the opening picks, but the secondary peeks by these Fnatic players are getting caught out as Pronax takes out Skadoodle with a nice shot.
Nitro's going to try and respond, and Pronax going to get that as well, but now they've finally taken him. It's all on Flusha, and Flusha's got this down to a one-on-one against Adren, and Adren hasn't exactly had the best of games right now, so he knows he's there. He's going to try and incinerate him out, and he's going to do some decent damage as Adren falls out of that position and in behind the forklift, but that grenade is going to give him away, and Flusha's got an opportunity here, but not able to get the damage right now, and he will fall off it with only 50 HP, and he's going to go for a full rotation and try and come in through main. Adren needs to be aware of that fact and get the bomb down quickly right now.
Yeah, and Flush is doing this because he only has 3 bullets in his CZ, so he knows some teammates were killed and some opponents were killed in this A main, and that's where he's going to find a gun to use, and he does. He picks up an AK and starting to flank in for this 1v1.
And Adren doesn't know that he's in that direction. He's actually been spotted up, so advantage Flusha right now. Despite that, Adren's got the bomb to work with, and as he peeks, oh, the exchange goes either way. Look at this, 38 HP, 25 HP. They're both extremely low right now, and it's really a slow one-on-one. They're playing cat and mouse, but Flusha's going to get cheeky and go across the top, and that's a wise play. So another one-on-one goes the way of Fnatic, and that round looked like it was heavily favored toward iBUYPOWER, but Fnatic get away with it, and now we're 2 rounds away from the conclusion of map number 1.
And it's that game sense, being man down, being at a disadvantage, and Pronax and Flush are playing that 2v3 just great, and Pronax with those 2 frags, but staying at A and just deciding to kind of gamble stack 1 bomb site and hope they hit that site. It works out in their favor, and Flusha with great one-on-one play.
Frag's pretty even. In fact, the only one that's down below is Adren. He's got a few more in this second half, of course. He's coming back in as a fill-in for Desi in this event. He's our former teammate, so he says he's been integrating fairly well into their new strategies. Oh, and look at this blue door. Pronax knows Swag loves to be there, and he's going to try and dethrone him, but no, Swag's wise to it and takes him down. So early advantage again to iBUYPOWER. Let's see if this time they can capitalize as Flush is going to get aggressive on Adren, who's out by Toxic, but over at A, JW catches out Skadoodle, so that's a big kill as that's an op out of a star player's hands on iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, and just a really simple boost, just changing the elevation that Skadoodle, he's not peeking up there, he's peeking at the side of those boxes, and just changing that elevation it's just so effective and so simple.
JW still back inside of A, looking for Swag to cross back just a bit too far and try and get that spam, and he would easily take him down if he does so, but Swag's going to find one, meanwhile, on Olaf, and there it is. JW does get that kill, looks for a second one toward A main, not able to connect on that shot, and it's Nitro that he's looking for. So 3-on-3 now the situation, and look at this. They're rotating that bomb back over to B because they know they can't really get past JW's op right now, and JW's going to push A main as a result, so they know they're rotating in this direction now. So Crims is going to be joined by Flusha and see if they can hold this out, but look at this. JW's still pushing up. The further he pushes, the more information they'll get.
Yeah, now they hear the vent break, so the game is up.
Absolutely, and they're ready at B right now, Flusha and Crims, as I say, and they'll smoke off. Crims is going to be the first to be dealt with. Adren's going to try and push all the way in on him, and he's going to take down the bomb carrier, readjust his aim, and try and get Nitro. Nitro does get him, but there's JW to take down AZK on the flank, and Flusha closes out on Nitro, so match point now for Fnatic.
Yeah, and JW with that freedom, taking the gamble that he's going to be able to push safely into A, willing to get in that fight if he's caught out and caught a little bit off guard, but so much information gathered, and you see as soon as he walks into A main, that third Fnatic player who's playing at supporting at A and supporting in mid just fully rotates over to B, and they just had that stacked, and JW's flank all the way around just came at the perfect time.
We'll see what JW can do with that AWP in this round. It's match point, and they're against pistols, so a great situation for Fnatic right now. As he rotates back to middle, and it looks like a waterfall of players coming over. Look at Adren getting aggressive, and he will get JW, and now Flush is going to have to try and rotate around from B and get back into middle, as things are continuing to be hot and heavy in that area. Nitro's going to get Olaf, and now it's a 3-on-3, and they've managed to at least get one gun to work with on iBUYPOWER's side. But they're still trapped in middle right now, as good positioning from Fnatic gives them all kinds of map awareness.
Right, but you see iBUYPOWER with mid control, so they have a lot of options right now. It's just kind of up to them to probe, and to find where those opponents are, those defenders, those Fnatic players, so they can make the best decision. But doing what they do, they're just kind of sitting back. They're waiting for Fnatic to try and get the information. They just want to see where they're going to peek from, maybe try and get a pick on those peaks.
Pronax jumping across right there, trying to get up onto the ladder side. He does spot up Swag in middle, and that'll let him fall back to truck side. And now they will try and push up onto this highway.
Oh, this is so smart from iBUYPOWER.
Look, Flush has pushed away too, and as I say that, maybe they didn't see him. Pronax is trying to readjust on middle, so they've been gifted A.
It's that smoke. They thought the smoke was going to cover for them to go through the connector towards B, towards the other side of the map, and that smoke just caused them all to rotate without even seeing any of them. But iBUYPOWER just flashed and pushed right through their own smoke.
Beautiful play right there from iBUYPOWER. Now they've got the bomb down, so the retake's going to have to come in. Pronax gets the first kill, and as you can see, Crims is coming around from the backside of the truck, so Swag's going to do one, Skadoodle's going to do another. Unbelievable, and now Pronax finds himself all alone, and Swag over a truck is going to get huge damage on him before Skadoodle pops out and finishes it off, so they escape on an eco and get away with...
Yeah, but they earned that. What a nice mid-round call by iBUYPOWER. That smoke just, you know, such a good fake, and then just to go through it, have the guts to just run through your own smoke into that bomb site. And Fnatic players just completely bit it, thinking that they were just rotating over to B. Such a good tactical decision in that 3v3.
Op still out on Skadoodle, and winning an eco is the quickest way to break your opponent's economy. And look at that, now it's pistols for Fnatic, so this could go to 15-10 before we know it. Over at A, it looks like it's going to be Pronax pushed up into his favorite spot underneath the forklift where he had so much success early on in these rounds, but with the pistol he might not have the same luck, and AZK's trying to spam away on him, and look at that. Swag knows exactly where he is, and he's going to force him out with that Molotov. They will try and readjust though and put him above that T-Red, or pardon me, that CT Red, and give him an opportunity to peek into main. iBUYPOWER still not committing. AZK taking a bit of damage right there as he does try and go back into Pronax, and pretty even as he gets him down to 48. Nitro's now going to get that kill. So Flusha, all by his lonesome, is going to be put up with 3 terrorist players as he comes inside the site, and they will easily make work of him, so the bomb should rotate around from middle right now and get back to the site as Crims is all by himself. Or pardon me, he does still have Olaf Meister, but Olaf's way over toward B, and Adren catches him on the rotation there, so at least Crims picks up one more, but it's a post-plant 1v4 right now, and with only that P250 to work with, oh, he might catch AZK if he comes through and doesn't hit his shot, and AZK, nope, he's going to pick that up. So 15-10, they do get one more, but we'll go back to guns and see if Fnatic can close this out.
And you've seen Fnatic on these gun rounds, you know, they have five more rounds on this match point, and, you know, this is such a good time they can just grind it out. You know, it's not, they want to win it as soon as possible, but you know, keep impacting the economy negatively for iBUYPOWER. Keep their guns low. Don't let them buy full nades and full smokes. And I think Fnatic is gonna, at some point, Pronax is gonna just make a call to kind of shut Swag down in that door, because he's such a distraction and he's such a force helping the players in A main get picks from there. And I think a pick on Swag could just be massive for Fnatic.
Crims again aggressive inside middle right now as he gets up toward the vents. Not a lot of information gained though, as they haven't done much with that position right now, and of course no surprise that we see Swag over at home in the blue door. Now he's going to open that up. They know he's there. As you can see, JW is just waiting with that Swag 7 inside the site. Olaf's got the op right now. They've been running that more toward him this game.
And iBUYPOWER looks like they're setting up for their smokes for another A execute, so we're going to see how they decide to take the bomb site on this one. And JW's in that corner with a shotgun, and he can cause a lot of issues behind his smoke.
And Swag's going to try and come out that blue door on the entrant. He smokes off right now, and now he's actually looking to see if anyone's playing up close and near A main, and they're not, so they're back inside the site, and now he's going to see Pronax, but Pronax actually gets the kill on him. But his teammates have rotated away, so he tried to solo fake, as now they'll rush it inside the B site. Crims is going to rotate around from the vents, though. He's already got 2, one on Nitro in middle, and a second one on that rotate on AZK, so Adren's all by himself now. He does pick up that AWP. He does have the bomb, and he's going to Molotov off on the vents. He knows, though, that he's still got issues at B main, and there he's going to get JW, so good awareness as he rotates around, and he's still got a bit of an opportunity to get back into this round as they waited out in vents, but now they're going to come through as that Molotov has gone away, and he knows they're there. He peeks out, can't get at the first shot, although he does hit a huge shot on Crims up close, so now it's a one-on-one trend. Unbelievable. The player who I've been calling out for not exactly pulling his weight comes through at an absolutely pivotal moment right there. Highlight stuff from Adren, and that's going to give them one more round. They're stealing victory from the jaws of defeat right now, as Fnatic can't find that final round.
And the Fnatic players actually played that so well at just Adren with such an amazing individual performance. Those were such good shots. And just the guts with the clock running down to take an extra peek. And I can't believe he hit that second shot. What a round from Adren.
And now Skadoodle's going to go back to the op, although and there's no surprise. I mean, Skadoodle by far the best op in North America, but Adren making a case to say, hey, I can do that too. Flusha, meanwhile, will get Adren. So his moment is over, and he's down in this round as well as the Pistols do the damage. But they've got a free access to A as they did stack over toward B. JW will be the first one to rotate back into that site, and we'll see what he can do. That smoke got him pushed out, though, on that catwalk, so the plant already happens. Man advantage for Fnatic, but a retake with Pistols right now is going to be a tall task. JW just trying to see if he can spot out Nitro above that smoke, but Nitro's going to get the kill, and I think with that, Fnatic's just going to fall out and look for exit kills because there's no point giving away frag money. They've got to try and get their way back into this. That 16th round is being elusive to them right now, and Swag's going to at least get Olaf. Can Swag pick up a second one as well? That's the question as he plays one-on-one here with Crims. Looks like that's pretty much all that's going to happen over on that side, and Pronax will evade death as well. But as I say that, geez, my mistake. Flusha manages to pick up 2 in middle. Nitro will at least put him down, so Nitro the only one that survives for iBUYPOWER.
Right, and those last 2 frags from Flush on the Eco are so big. Just keeping that economy low. You know, and iBUYPOWER, such a nice comeback so far, and they're only 3 rounds away right now. And if Fnatic can keep getting those kills even on rounds they don't win, these last 3 rounds can get a little tough for iBUYPOWER to buy up the grenades and smokes they needed, especially, you know, Swag in that door with how he wants to throw mollies and grenades and deal some damage early on. It can get tough.
So again, an op aside right now, and Skadoodle and Olafmeister holding on to those. Olafmeister's all the way over at B, but Skadoodle's here at A main, and this is where they want to execute, so we'll see if he can find that kill. He does spot up the shoulder of Pronax, and then a nice shot by Skadoodle. You give him that opportunity, he'll take it every time. So now it's all on JW to try and hold the site. Good damage dealt to AZK. He's going to try and smoke himself off. They will drop a Molotov in, and that's going to hold him in the corner right now, and he's got to have to get away from that as he's taking damage from it, but he's still not dead as they continue to smoke off. Skadoodle gets one more, and there's JW to pop out and get Nitro up close, and they still haven't dealt with him. They've got to get into the site. They've done the smokes, they've done the damage, but they haven't pushed forward, and as a result, Fnatic's rotated around. Swag manages to get one. That's JW through the door, but Flusha immediately responds, and that's the bomb down. So now the 2-on-2 is looking really good for Fnatic as they try and close it up, and it's all on Adren. He's done it before in this situation, but it's not to be twice, and Fnatic with a good hold as iBUYPOWER can't breach the site, and that'll be map number 1 going the way of Fnatic. A little bit closer, perhaps, on the scoreboard than it was in the action.